Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's the Eddie Russell Band as they were playing up at Buccaneer as people were enjoying their libations and their food because of the smooth flow and the ambience and everything that just made it one of those moments. Hey, but it don't just have to happen there. It can happen anywhere you put the right people together. It could have Stanley. You never know. It could have any other trio or quartet out there. Hey, you never know. One of the things that I want you to tell your favorite VI musicians is that if they have any of their music in the form of a music video, they might want to get in touch with the Reflections gig here at WSTX because we're going to start incorporating local music that's already videotaped. So you're going to get the best to hear it over the air or to go to the internet and see the band perform. All right. Yeah, it's a form of free local promotion of our artists. Hey, that's a no-brainer, duh. Okay, that's all that is. But also at the same time, there are a lot of us who appreciate the talent that we have here and want others to understand it and recognize it and gravitate toward it. All right. You want to have it so that on any given night, you have several different choices, a place to go to and listen to your particular artist. But the folks have to know that if they hire these folks to come and play, that you're going to show up and do your thing in the process, right? Okay. So, VI, musical artists. Now, one of the key things with this is that you're playing music, and as a practical matter, it's your music. We don't have any copyright issues and all of this stuff, okay? So when you come in here with that video and give your permission for us to use it, hey, it's the world on a platter when WSTX splins on that table. All right, good thing, good thing. So let's get to talking about the community calendar here. For those of you who are interested, okay, we are on YouTube. Just go and do a quick search for Douglas Canton and you'll find him there, hopefully behaving himself. Hopefully he doesn't want his mom to get the letter strap and come and look for him, okay? So if he's not behaving, don't tell nobody, okay? Keep it a secret. It's our secret. All right. So, anyhow, as we take our time and enjoy this morning, let's cruise on over here to where the wild things are. Yes, the wild things that we can find to do here on St. Croix. Have any of you been to the Carambola zipline? Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you have, I appreciate your feedback on the experience. Yeah, how easy it was to find the place or not and everything else. Yeah, tell us a little bit. But anyhow, we do know about the mobile petting zoo and the Jungle James experience over there in Frederickstead. Yes, right across the street from where they do the archery. Mm-hmm. The place you can take your children, your family, to get more acquainted with what's involved in archery, or to go across the street and have a birthday party, celebration, or any other family fun day thing at Jungle James. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's plenty of fun. Water balloon fight, laser tag, all the stuff that, children just love. Can't you hear it in my voice? Oh, yes. And some people will say, you ain't even a child of... Okay, don't be like that, man. Why you gotta be like that? Don't be like that. All right. Moving right along here at what's going on. I have some information to share for you Mr. Carlos Schuster's Celebration of Life, yes. And there was information put out that the Celebration of Life would be held on the grounds of the fort, and that has changed, folks. That has changed. And we're talking about for September 10th. For September 10th. Okay, that has changed. What has it changed to? It's going to be at Kramer's Park, at the west end of the park, on September 10th from 9 to 11. Yes, Carlos Schuster's Celebration of Life. Okay. Definitely want to make sure that you have the right information. Okay. All right. Good thing. Oh, yeah. You know the Virgin Islands Department of Health has employment opportunities. In plain language, they hire in. All right. All right. All right. All right. So, lots of jobs here that they're listing. Okay. Accountant 3, breastfeeding coordinator, certified nursing assistant, clinical therapist, contractor administrator or contract administrator, custodial worker, director of quality and regulatory assurance, okay, disease intervention team lead. Now, folks, that's just 1/4 of all the jobs that they have listed. They got 4 times more jobs than what I read off there, okay? And I know if I want to put you to sleep, I'll read all of them, right? But I found this information. I found this information on, okay. Sorry about the interruption, folks. Yes, but my engineer came in. You know, she run things, right? Now you know who run things, right? Okay, so, and no putting nobody to sleep. Just go on there, check out on Facebook. Go to the Virgin Islands Department of Health Facebook page, their website. Check out St. Croix Happening. Yeah, all of these places, from time to time, I see where they list that they have employment opportunities in the government in particular. Key is to get the word out, but let me just say that for all of these jobs, they have various benefits, you know, medical and dental coverage. You know, they have an employee assistance program, vacation time, sick time, training opportunities, life insurance, supplemental insurance, and 18 paid holidays. All right, good thing. So, can't say you didn't know, because Doug done tell you. VI Department of Health, hire in. Okay. Now I want to talk about this fantastic professional group. All right, who other than JG Management, and they're inviting you to join the elite team and be a model, an actor, a talented person that can get up on stage and otherwise show what they've got, folks. Yes, yes, yes. They're scouting for males and females age 5 and up, okay, with or without experience. They will train you. Yes, and most important, you must have a desire to learn about the industry, folks. Yeah, all right. And they're going to be having auditions on the 3rd from 12 to 4. That's a Saturday. And on the 4th, that's a Sunday, from 12 to 4 again. All right, good thing. So, if you want to know more about them, hey, it appears that you can call them 340-244-5544. Okay, so just give them a call and check them out on Facebook or their webpage, jgmanagementusvi.com. All right. Yeah, folks, don't forget tennis going on. How can you forget? Serena is out there doing her thing, and then they have the doubles. Yeah, she and Venus gonna be out there. Okay, good thing, good thing, good thing. But here on St. Croix, we were hoping to have a special guest visit, but Serena is busy, right? But here on St. Croix, while you wait to go and see her play, in between you can come out and see folks here at the Tennis Club of St. Croix. Yes, they've got a tournament themed Just Beat It. Yeah, the VI Open Tennis Tournament. And it's September 2nd through the 5th. And the proceeds are going to benefit Cancer Support VI, folks. All right. Very, very good cause. So you can find out more about that. You can just drop on in and give them a call, or otherwise go in there and sign up to play and be one of the stars on the court. Yep. Tennis Club of St. Croix. Just beat it. All right. Good thing. I ain't signing up because I ain't going to just beat it. I ain't going to just get beaten. All right. It's fun to play with that racket just when you're just playing and nobody counting. But I'll leave it to the professionals for the rest, okay? All right. Yeah, I want to remind you about the Sea Turtle calendar, folks. We have an art contest. Yeah. And how do you enter? Okay. Show them how the sea turtles are important to the USVI through your artwork. All right. Submit your scanned media. It can be paint, draw, color, etc. for their 2023 calendar. You must be a USVI student, K through 12, and you must include a USVI sea turtle species in the environment, nesting on a beach or swimming in the sea, whatever, as long as it's one of those turtles that we have coming here to nest. Okay. The prizes include a VIP tour of Sandy Point National Wildlife Refuge, sea turtle beaches. And that's a treat. You can't just go down there. It's a protected area. You cannot just go down there. It ain't like you lick up a car or something like that the police have to go with you, but you can't go down there, okay? Who have ears to hear, let them listen, right? And they're going to have free 2023 sea turtle calendars for those folks who win also. And they're going to have sea turtle merchandise. Okay, the deadline for submitting is the 3rd of September, folks. All right. If you want to get an entry form, okay, they say here that you could have the form on the stxturtles.com, stxturtles.com, stxturtles.com. And you can get more information about that. All right. Good thing. See, stick with us, man. We got plenty of good thing going on. All right, so deadline for that turtle art contest, September 3rd. Also on September 3rd, there is Carousel and Culture, a cocktail fundraiser event. Yes, it's going to be held at DC Canagata Center at 7 p.m. It's going to be honoring Dr. Stanley Jacobs, Ms. Shalana Brown, and Dr. Valrika Bryson. Okay. Yes, $50 entry, but just know that the proceeds go to benefit the future scholarships, folks. So when you attend and you pay that cost of entry, you are supporting your community and young people who are aspiring to impress you. All right. Good thing. Now, I told you from several weeks ago, but I'm going to tell you again. Two things going on with 10 Sleepless Nights. One, they have the Culture Academy going on down there at the Botanical Gardens every Saturday. I know they're doing it through September. I don't know if it continues after that. I'm looking out for the word. But in the meantime and in between time, They will come and tell you, meaning the 10 sleepless nights will tell you that make sure you have all the ingredients available so when they start to sing, that the Johnny Cake thing gonna be ready and hot. But they also telling you that they are going to have a children's parade troupe. Stanley going to be playing for them. Yep, and they're inviting you to sign up your child if they want to be in that troupe. Every first and third Saturdays beginning September 3rd. Yes, we're on a third thing here today at the St. George Botanical Garden. Yep. When you visit, applications can be collected and completed at that time. They're going to be there from 10 a.m. until first and third Saturdays. Now, if you have some other questions that you would like to ask to find out before you take that drive down there, you can get in touch with Miss Sharon Hill or Mr. Kendall Henry. Yes. I'm going to give you ladies first Miss Hill's phone number. 340-514-6035. You know what? She prettier than Kendall. I'm going to just give you her number alone. 340-514-6035. Now, don't go and tell Kendall I say ugly. I just said that she prettier than him. Okay, all right. Don't be starting nothing here between friends, okay? All right, good thing. You know how it is to tell a story here, and by the time you reach 10, 15 people down, it's a different thing from what you say. All right, good thing. Definitely looking forward to seeing 10 Sleepless Nights Children Parade Troupe coming down. Yes, coming down. All right. There is an open reception also on the 3rd for VI Strong photography by Misty Winter. All right. Yep. And that's going to be at the Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts in Frederickston. Yep. It's $20. We're talking about the opening night on the 3rd. Of course, the display will continue, and then you can walk in and view and see everything after that also. But if you want to be there to have music by DJ Colibri sweetening your ears, and you want to also have the opportunity to sip some of them cocktails by Frank Robinson, just make sure that you check them out. You see, there's a lot of things happening on the 3rd now. A lot of good things happening on the 3rd. All right? And speaking of the 3rd, even though it's happening on the 4th, I see a last slap listed here featuring Third World and Burning Flames. Miss Son, you know how much mischief and run away and dance up and carry on Burning Flames back in the day, and Third World, hey, it's always going on. Always going on. From generation to generation. I was telling somebody that day how we used to just catch a ride, go down to a party in Frederickston. They ain't got no transportation, and then they're thumbing a ride, coming back up, catch a ride with somebody. Those were the days. Okay? Don't do that today, please. You just don't know who is on the road and what they have in the car and all kind of thing. Those were the days. All right. Those were the days. All right. Good thing. And folks, the casting call was put out for Silent Sky at Caribbean Community Theater. That's coming up the 6th and 7th of September, 7 p.m. So if you think you would like to audition for Silent Sky, definitely make it a point to go in and audition. All right. I saw this the other day, and the flyer was just so cute. Toddler dance classes, ballet, tap, and acro start September 6th. Where? At Thelema Williams Studios, www.thelemawilliamsstudios.com. Check it out, folks. Oh, it is such a cute picture, okay? Everybody would want to own that child, okay? I'm telling you. You don't actually own them. You're just a steward for a time. You don't own them, okay? Anybody would want to say, yes, I'm the steward for that child. Okay, folks. plenty of stuff in this world to make you smile and feel good, you know. Take the time to do it. Take the time to do it because you're not guaranteed that you're going to have time afterwards. And I also want to mention that the Calico Cat Company, yes, Caribbean Community Theater's after school theater program for children ages 7 to 12, yes, they are having their after school program resuming here. Learn acting, improv, stagecraft, teamwork, and more. Students are taught by experienced instructors who will prepare them for a performance on the CCT stage. It always begins with and ends with performance, folks, and character building and learning all kinds of skills. So their after school program is Mondays and Wednesdays from 3:45 p.m. until 5:15 p.m. Okay. Now, that's from ages 7 to 12. Who's going to open up the acting training after school program for the teens? Hello? Our next Denzel and our, oh my goodness, her name skips me right now, but I see her face so brightly. The bottom line is it's an open field, folks. Expose your children. You just never know who's going to be that next Oscar winner, and that they can be from the Virgin Islands. We just have to do the work and give them the opportunity and the exposure. All right. So definitely, you want more information about the Calico Cat Company? You can get it by calling 340-778-1983. Yeah, I know you ran for your pen, so I'm going to say it again. 340-778-1983. Of course, we're going to continue talking about this in the weeks to come because I want to make sure that you know of the opportunity and can take advantage of it. All right. Sounds like a good thing. All right. So, yes, I saw this this morning, and I said, wow, the adults get to be little kids in the things that they like to be little kids about, which is usually either their gadget, their computer, their phone, their camera, whatever. Hey, folks, they're going to be having photography classes at Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts. Yes, starting September 7th. But you know what? They only got space for 8 people. And you bring your own equipment, whether it is a phone, a DSLR, or whatever, because the things that they're going to be teaching you going to be the kind of things that's going to give you skills or enhance or verify what you may already know, and some new things. Plus, check it out. Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts. Okay. Have fun with photography. It starts on the 7th. So check them out. You can go to their website. You can always stop by the office, get information. However, but this is one I'm going to tell you with only 8 slots open. I think you better move fast if you want to check it out. Okay. Now we've got quite a few things. I'm going to close out on this last one here for now because I have a very special guest here. I'm going to be coming to you in a minute or two. All right. And the theme here is you are not alone. You don't walk alone. You don't live alone. You're not in the world alone. You are not alone. This is a suicide awareness walkathon. Yes. And we know there are folks who can get caught up in the woe is me and nobody cares and whatever other pressures they may have on their brain. And we just have to let them in our own way know that we care. Even if it's just showing up for the walkathon. They say, thank God for life, stamp out suicide, let's walk in peace. That's September 7th. Yes, September 7th. All right? Yeah. September 7th, you can tune in to the show on 103.5. They have a show on 103.5 that's going to come on, and they're going to be talking about the journey to recovery, you know. And those of you who have heard the discussion going on there on Ras Isaiah's show, right next door here to me also. Yep, yep. All right. And then the march is on the 10th. Folks, it's not out of sight and out of mind. It's a funeral if you don't get involved. So let's do what we have to do accordingly. All right. Okay, I'm going to take a quick 1 minute break here. Something like a 1 minute break. And we're going to be back with you in a minute, folks. We have none other than Senator Genevieve Whitaker in the house. And Lordy B, she walked in here, and you could see all the information just busting to come out, okay? So I'm going to make sure that not a drop waste here today, okay? All right, folks. But we're going to take a little quick break, and we will be back in a minute. All right? Good thing. I'll give you something to make sure your regimen of Bengay on the knees is not, you know you got to do it, right? Okay? It's like, fine. When you were 12 and 13, it was one thing. But sometimes when you get up, whether it's electric slide or to dance a little quadrille or whatever, admit it. You go home and have to rub down with that Bengay. But that's okay. Don't stop doing it. All right? Movement is part of the proof of life, okay? So keep moving. All right. Yes. So whether it's over the air or on WSTX's uh, Facebook or YouTube page, or just following Genevieve Whitaker on Facebook. Hey, Senator Genevieve Whitaker. All right, good thing. So we got all the technology in place, everything working. Relax down. Good morning, Senator Whitaker.
Good morning, Doug. Good morning to you. Good morning, Senator Canton. And I just want to say good morning to all the listeners. It's always a pleasure to be here. To you, Doug, just thank you as always. To the listeners, Doug is definitely one of the hosts who has also mentored me and also just continue to encourage me. So I really appreciate you, Doug. And just, I'm here today and to continue on. Just to engage with the public, I want to just continue to just say thank you to my supporters. I'm in this position because of you, and I will continue to appreciate. And for those who I am seeking the support to get your understanding and your support, I humbly ask. And so as we go into the November 8th election, know that first my number is number 5, and they say vote number 5 to stay alive and just to support my continued efforts. So I am number 5 on the ballot. And with that, I just encourage, if you're interested in joining the campaign team, simply reach out to me, reach out via social media. 690-2375 is the campaign number. In terms of my office, any issues you have, any ideas you have, projects. For example, I work with Doug and King Derby on nonprofit matters, nonprofit Calypso Inc., and just other different engagements. 712-2379. 712-2379. The email address is Senator Whitaker at legba.org. The email and the phone is 24/7 tied together. So call, get the staff during the working hours, simply just call, leave a message, we'll get back to you. So I just want to say that, and I want to say to you, Doug and listeners, this week was pretty intense with the session. We had a session that was supposed to be just a few hours, because first it was mostly, it was just a redevelopment of Frenchman Reefs, the resolution for Senator Volkes, we went into the respective committees and positions, and it was my naturopathic medicine bill, 34-0244, and I want to thank Senator Marvin Blyden for his support. Him and I have been working together on the disability integration bill. Him and I have been working, working with him on the counseling bill. This goes on, and I appreciate when you have that level of support. Also was a rumor repeal, and Doug, sadly, there's not a news medium that actually captured what took place during the session. Not one highlighted the tremendous work of the advocates, the organizers of the rum repeal, who very much right on this platform, right on the social media, got together and organized to change this. Instead, we have, as usual, a media that is more targeted for whatever reason against the truth. And I have long said that our media is also culpable in what we see in our community today. So with that said, I want to thank the organizers of this effort. Ms. Sarah Zuckerman reached out to me, Attorney Kevin Rames, they were reaching out to me, and the others who came together, who said enough is enough. We want this repealed. And so on July 23rd, I submitted a bill request. Senator Canton, he's very familiar, and there was a possible preemption, but the Senate Vice President that did not take hold because my bill went forward, and it was only prepared and finalized the day before session. I reached out and shared with the organizers, and during the session, Senator Kurt Violet got together with my other colleagues, because it was not a full interest to actually pass this. We only had Senators Volkes, Senators Carl Joseph, Senators Volkes, Joseph, Carl Joseph, and Wayne DeGraff, who were interested in actually supporting the measure from the very beginning, right? The session. Senator Violet's assertion was the removal of the whereas clauses, because I didn't include in the whereas clauses that Mr. Apfel had actually rescinded, and that the Board of Land Use repealed it and all of that. And I said, well, that's almost like, and I will say this to you listeners, it's almost like telling students in which we have in our books that, on Chilton freed the slaves, and let's include that part of the history. The history that I chose to include in the whereas clauses were the facts. What was done by the 34th legislature in repealing, in taking out. And we do repealing as well. When we go in and we strike out and repeal sections and so on, right? So we struck out effectively the requirement that rum distilleries cannot be placed on agricultural land. And my goal was to restore the position. And I want to thank my colleagues for ultimately voting for the measure. However, I want to put the facts out. This was driven by community action, my office, and those are the main individuals. And I want to say that that's sometimes where we have to go down, because even to that, my other piece of legislation faces a fate because we have individuals who don't support progress. But on the flip side, Doug, I want to express that I'm very much excited about the forward movement, the momentum. We made a mention about as we get older, the pains of getting up. We understand that, and that's why I believe in naturopathy. If we can have more healthcare aimed at prevention, we're going to see in integrated healthcare, we're going to see our people do better. So that's what I really just want to highlight. And again, if you're interested in any legislation, any of them, GenevieveWhitaker.com, all the legislation that's being pulled out. There's a series of legislation that are covering from creation to youth crime prevention, reapportionment, the Constitution, insular cases, efforts to help seniors, young people, the curriculum efforts, on and on. And, I really encourage you to reach out, become a testifier, become a stakeholder. If you don't want to testify, that's fine. But know that the efforts continue. Getting a meeting with me is very straightforward. I believe I can serve my constituents. And certainly I'm working right now with the Finance Committee for the funding of nonprofits, which has been a very eye-opening experience, because it's really up to one committee to make a decision about a set of nonprofits. And that's something that has to shift. We have to do more to support nonprofits. So.
Fantastic. You know, it's great that you have your own website that people can go to. And I say that not to necessarily not what the legislature has, but sometimes I find it to be a little cumbersome trying to get to a particular senator's information. And anyway, I'm just glad that you took that initiative. And I'd like to just backtrack just a quick second and express my appreciation as a parent involved with Calypso Inc. and those young people, and the fact that you have taken them under your wing, so to speak. And I don't want to limit it to that, because your commitment to young people and your involvement in organizations is something that you gotta look at people what they used to do before they got into office, you know? That's a very, very important part of making a choice, folks, okay? Because everybody has the answers, everybody steps up at the last minute and has answers for everything. But I like to look at track record, because that has also something to show in the community that, hey, this person is out there doing things. You've been out there doing it for, okay? And I just want to give credit where credit is due, and say thank you on behalf of the children involved with Calypso Inc. and the other organizations that you have touched and coordinated. Okay?
For that support for youth, you always support the youth, and I think that's what we have to move in that arena. And that's why my next education committee hearing is September 12th, and we're going to again address current status of schools and school issues. Because I constantly, I'm on the ground, I go out to the schools myself, and I just wanted to say that Commissioner nominee, Wes Hendrickson, has just a whole different shift in leadership, and I've worked with her, and I'm just going to say that we're moving forward in the way that we should have, and if I had, and really making up for time, because I had long asked about the job prevention plan, which ties into after school programming, which ties into learning loss, which ties into all of that, and finally getting that level of support and relationship building. And so, yes, on the ground, yes, constantly. I'm a grassroots person at the core, so it is evident that I'm going to be, I go out to farms, I go out, just on and on. That's what I believe in, because I have to be able to help my people and be on the ground. The other day with the unfortunate situation up at the container port, there were some fumes impacting employees. I went out there, so engaged myself, reached out to NR. So that's the work that my office does, and it just comes with the job, and it's something that I and I really appreciate it. But I think, Doug, a lot of times there's some misunderstanding of the role of a senator, and it's quite unfortunate in the context that as we evolve as a people, we have to remain consistent with the role of the senator, and some of these commission directors have gotten away. A good example is my participation in board meetings and so on, to get the requisite information so that we'll prepare for hearings and we do the oversight. But we think that the hearings are the oversight. There's in-between work that's really the oversight to get the actual information of what is actually occurring in our communities. So if you're just tuning in, this is Senator Genevieve Whitaker, and again, I'm humbly asking for the important support. But Doug, I will just also tell you, and you know this as well, I've been in the body, that there is some crassness and some really, I just put out that I find it, this is really despicable that I actually had to, struggle with my colleagues, for one, for this rubber repeal, but two, going back to struggle with them. Some of them were on to the education committee with my curriculum bills. We want marine environmental science. We want information technology. We want, I'm pushing again with the K-12 to just mandate Rochelle's Caribbean history so we can just settle this long 59-year-old debacle over social and political development of a person and our children. And you get the pushback. And then, you just ask the question, how long is it going to last? And so, you just have to keep pushing. But as I explained to them, and I explained to my colleagues, I set out to serve my people, to do what I need to do. And I come with a different journey. Because my journey to become the senator was a journey of public service. The journey of being a public servant, that's a public servant in civil service and the government. But of serving in the community, and the more people we put on boards, commissions, in the legislature, in government house, in different spaces everywhere, appointed persons and elected persons, we're going to see a shift change that we need, and we have to get that shift change. We have to. And so I'm very excited. I also want to thank my campaign team. We're out there, canvassing, engaging. I want to also have something that a wonderful fun day, Doug and listeners, out in Beach Commons Park last weekend, and it was just the joy. We had a good time. We played. We won was adult musical chairs. I won the adult musical chairs. It was fun. It was light. We had a good creative way of going around the chairs. It was fun. But more importantly, the children had a really good time, and it was really good for them. The obstacle course was actually using parts of the new Riverville Park, and it was good to know that the children had a nice park to play in, and that was largely an effort that I again, a field effort that started with myself. Mostly, it was really me when they going out to the town hall and really trying to get my colleagues' support, and eventually became that all senators, all the St. Croix senators joined, together so that the park could go forward. So that's the kind of, so I'm like, if we can collaborate about a park, why can't we collaborate about legislation that will positively impact our community? And so that's the number one question. So I will continue pushing for what's right, and ask you as these supporters, those interested, to just reach out to me. Reach out, let's work on the project, let's work on legislation. One of the legislations I'm bringing up is to give the Board of Education the power to hire superintendents. A long time coming, and that was based on, also engagement with the constituent who had an idea of legislation.
Well, just all I can tell you is keep on pushing, because the reality is you very often run into all kinds of personalities out here, and it's not necessarily what's in the best interest of the community when they walk in the door. And as I go back to the repeal, what really happened there was the community push. The community push is what made all the difference in the world. Because otherwise, the politics would have come into play, and okay, who put up this bill, and should they get credit for it or whatever, or should we just try to kill it or what? No, 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 no. The community stood up, and I'm glad to see, one, that you took the initiative, and two, that they are responding to the community, because that's really in the end what matters.
Yes. And having that respect and community. And so it's important that, but also to just still with the humility, because as as we made the rounds, it was these statements, the assertions, and so I was like, it was wrong, and just being big enough to say that a wrong was committed and we're going to correct it. Not let's remove the whereas clauses to explain the steps that got us here. To incorporate, I incorporated some of the information provided by the organizers to cut that out. It is what it is. We know that obviously it's not the enactment, and we know how powerful. And so I encourage you, if you're interested, it's bill number 34-0301. They put it on my Senate and Facebook page, but also you can get it on Bill Tracker as well. It's you can pull it out for yourself, and I encourage the public to really read it for yourself. The media doesn't put it anywhere, so they really reference it. And so I really encourage you, to really go forward and read it for yourself. And I definitely will be putting it out for you to read. And this is just one step forward. We haven't stopped there. There are other community concerns that there's been a lot of advocacy around, our libraries, the state of our schools, as the water and power authority crisis. So those are all the different issues that we find ourselves having to address. And it's how do we address it critically, and the how is, a good example. I serve on the Public Service Commission as ex officio member. And so during the meetings and during efforts, I'm engaging over constituent matters. I'm doing oversight, holding with its management and the Water and Power Authority accountable, and I crafted legislation that we should do a lot more regulation of our telecommunications in the context of the internet and so on, and of course obviously phone service. And in the context of this, the reason why the issue was so disheartening was here was a measure that the community members of Prosperity, Fred Sater, were not consulted about, much like in the West Side border area of St. Thomas, where I had a series of meetings. With Liberty, and my last meeting was about the leases. And those are the leases to erect the towers. And that was in the same vein. Did you consult with the members of the community? And I want to also thank Mrs. Sherry Myers reaching out to my office. Her and I have regularly engaged. I did not make it Sunday to St. Thomas. However, I continued to encourage Liberty to engage her to engage with Liberty, the community to engage with Liberty over the matter. And we as senators holding off by making sure that we do our due diligence. But Doug, that's another one where, as I brought it to my colleagues, it was like, well, they do need the internet, and so I'm just like, did you, and that's what's occurring. I'm like, did you consult? There's such a, we get into the media and it's old. You see the pictures in the media, what have you, but the reality, the work of actually engaging Liberty and engaging her and engaging the community, while it was reported on Sunday, I have been at that for several months, by myself. And my goal, though, is that as we have a committee, and we have a committee, I'm the vice chair of the Committee of Housing, Transportation, Telecommunications, that we caucus, because we caucus and these kind of community issues, as we're caucusing, we're going to be able to collaboratively address it so that we do have a collective effort to address the issue. So that's what we're not doing. It's we have these community crises. There's some individual actions, but the collectivity is not coming because we're not caucusing, we're not group meeting, we're not conferring, and if we do the conferring, it's in silos, and that's the shift that has to happen as well.
Right. Well, you mentioned Liberty, and I know that you have a concern, an ongoing concern in terms of the telecommunications service and quality of service here in the Virgin Islands. So as a constituent, I'm going to just say that I really do hope that the senators on a whole get together and put the politics aside, because when WAPA goes out,
Mhm.
telecommunications in a lot of places goes down.
That's right.
So, with all of these millions of dollars being raked in, why isn't there more redundancy in the system? We know we have to live with hurricanes,
That's right.
and when WAPA goes down, service gets bad.
Mhm.
And I put the 2+2 together, and it's so strange because in Christiansted, after Maria, Christiansted Tower was a main place you could see the cars parked up on the bypass. Everybody coming to get a phone call out. But it just seems from a constituent perspective, from a client perspective of theirs, that things have gone backwards. The reliability has gone down. So I encourage you to keep on pushing, and I encourage the colleagues to get on board with this.
Yeah, they have to get on. The getting on board is them understanding the project phases. Liberty and others, and Via and the providers, they are in fact rebuilding a massive network. That's where the digging and all that is taking place. They've laid out a plan. Liberty is because remember they got the merger with broadband. So with our BIT, Bureau of Information Technology, Director Ross, Rupert Ross, they've laid out that plan. And so that's what I'm saying. The plan needs to be clearly shared with the public. That's why the other day at the RT Park, a couple weeks ago, Liberty laid out their plan for moving forward. But it's also responsible for us to do the meeting and to do the caucusing and to get the information out to the public so they understand and we all understand. But it can't just be a couple senators and myself alone. I mean, that's
Yes.
that's what it is. And then we use the pomp and circumstance of the hearings. We have a media driven, not trying to get the truth and understanding. And then we put that together, and then we have mass confusion, and so the general public is unaware as to what is taking place. But I know in the case of Liberty and Via, when it comes to constituent concerns and when there are complaints, I bring it to their attention, and that level of communication I have with them is such that we work on solving it. So there's an issue in your area. It's just a simple reach out to me. It's very, very straightforward. So they can continue to log what's going on and get to the bottom of the issues. And one thing I specialized in, as I put out all the time, is FCC complaints. I had put out, created a small basic Facebook group and engage even the former Senator 33rd, say, hey, these are the steps you take to do the complaints. And that is why I crafted legislation for us to have the Public Service Commission more regulate this internet and the telecommunication services at a much more robust level. So we're getting the information. It's being put out to the public. We're regulating. And also, too, persons shouldn't have to fight for, struggle for, getting credits. If the service went down, you're paying for a service. It's just really unfortunate that it's like you have to keep calling. No, that's unacceptable. And I continue to bring it to their attention. And that's why when we do it together as colleagues, we're going to get even more results. However, that is not going to stop me. I'm going to continue with the efforts, continue to drill down, and with your support in November, I'll be able to continue the work, the necessary work. There's actual work in this, the kind of work that's going to be required to turn this place around, to turn it around. It's going to really require a set of people, and it's going to be, I'll be honest, it'll be kind of maybe a small set, but it'll be a different kind of set. And I say this because when we turn around, a good example, we have David Hamilton Jackson Day coming up soon, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody's going to be out there because it's campaign. Who was out there last year? You're in front of the woman. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting at. We're not taking our holidays seriously. Me and myself and others, we have had to, hey, governor, different governors, please proclaim this, please proclaim that. I do give credit to the current governor for last year's July 3rd event, right? Where we at Government House, working with my office, we went ahead and organized the July 3rd event, got Commissioner Department of Tourism to come out, not himself, but a representative. Department of Education sent the representative, and we had a great time. We had beautiful dancers, Shalita Schuster and her dance group, Music in Motion, and a great Dr. Chinzira, Davis Kahina, just great momentous event. And I thank the governor for moving forward with the Emancipation Committee, because I have long, along with others, asked for the committee. So this is so as we got yesterday communication that the governor needs funding for this committee. This is something I have long supported. So certainly, and making sure that we have a powerful emancipation, and going forward, not just Emancipation Day, that we celebrate our history, that we get this history into the curriculum and we get it into the minds and the hearts of our people for the understanding of who we are and where we have to go from there.
All right. Well, people, pay attention to the patterns here, because whether it's the issues with the rum factory on the agricultural lands, or the issue of telecommunications, when you get involved and support your elected officials, things happen. Okay? Don't get caught up in the Jesus syndrome and, well, I elected somebody and now everything is going to get fixed. When you talk there about the telecommunications and talking with people and getting them to contact the FCC is one of the most powerful institutions that we have on our side, because they don't play politics. They play enforcing the rural provisions there that says that we should have better service. And folks, we had a pandemic. We in an endemic now. But the fact of the matter is we need to learn. All of a sudden, students needed to do telecommunications to get their work done, and they couldn't do it because the service was so poor in so many areas where people live. Transform that into a hurricane now, because the same problems we have there. The folks at T-Mobile / Sprint, the folks for Liberty / AT&T, the folks for Via, all of these folks need to somehow address the public and let us know what their preparations are for things like hurricanes and now pandemics. In that sense. So I really appreciate your advocacy in those areas. But again, you are one of the 8 that's needed to pass any piece of legislation to make things happen.
That's correct.
Okay? And you show up.
Thank you. Thank you, Doug.
And I say that, folks, you have a decision to make. I know who you like, I know what smile you like, and all this other stuff, but in the end, who to get the work done, that's what I'm encouraging you to look at in the context of making your choices. And I'm so glad that you took the time out to come in here. This platform is available to everyone. I want to make that clear and certain. So folks, don't let them slide through all the quietness of who ain't stepping up and hoping that because they have to pick 7 that, somehow that if I keep quiet, I'm going to just get swept in. Okay? Look at the folks who step up and show you what they have to show you. We have a call. Are we taking calls?
I'll take one call and then
Okay. All right. Good morning, WSTX. You're on the line with Senator Whitaker.
Yes, good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Douglas Canton and Senator Whitaker. I am calling concerning an issue that arose yesterday. It's a new twist to an old issue, which is the problem of lack of internet access at our public schools. Yesterday, I could not take my grandson to take his football training because he had to go home to take 2 tests online. Now, he was in school all day, but the problem is that the test is on the, what do you call it, allergy? What's the right school allergy or something?
Schoology. You talking about Schoology?
Yes, we're here.
Schoology?
Okay, and the teachers put their test on the Schoology platform. Okay, the children are sitting in the classroom, but they have to have internet access to take the test. Some had access, some did not.
Wow.
My grandson did not, so those who did not had to go home and then access take the test. Now, here's my thing. What happened to paper? If we all know, and I'm saying that's why I say it's the old problem, as internet has been existing, every school in St. Croix, I'll speak on St. Croix, have not had dependable internet access yet for schools. So why is it that teachers are not required to have a paper copy for these tests?
Thank you, and you bring up a huge point and concern, and thank you very much, Peggy, for that. And also,
because what I did now is that throw his school up.
Of course, that's
schedule out of whack because he couldn't go to place. He had to go home and take the test because it happened with 2 different classes he had yesterday, with 2 of them had tests.
Well, thank you.
And I still already, I'm saying, because I'm told that it is possible, why isn't WNGN giving the direct connection to the public schools? The ISPs or whatever you call them are not dependable. It's been happening for years. How much longer are we going to have it interrupt the academic process before we do something about that is a solution?
Thank you very much, Peggy. First off, thank you much, Peggy, and I'm sorry for what him and his classmates have gone through, because that is so sensical. I mean, nonsensical, and the sensible thing is to obviously have the paper version. That's even what you do with elections. You have an electronic version, a backup system, and then of course you have. But everything else, I mean, so I really, those are decisions as we look at the role, and that's why it's going to be really critical that we really ramp up the role of the superintendents, because some of those issues really about school administration, policy decisions, and even when we get into the internet issue at school, which I have addressed and will continue to address, right? VINGN has made a new commitment within the schools and within the housing communities and the general community. So in the interim, we should not put any of our children through any unnecessary burdens. They've already went through a lot. And to put this additional stress on them, what is the issue with that? So thank you very much, Peggy, and for calling in, and thank you much.
We have another caller here. Okay. Good morning, WSTX. You're on the line with Senator Whitaker.
Good morning, Brother Cantan, and to my favorite Senator Jen Whitaker. How are you all doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Good to hear your voice.
I just wanted to tune in to number one, say that I join with Peggy Sue Buttonfall that education needs to look into all problems and correct them.
That's right.
They're taking on new things that they can't handle, get the old things fixed. And I know you would go with that also. And of course, what I like to say is that I will continue to spread your name from afar to the Crucians and St. Thomians and Jonians and Lip State side. So if they can't vote still, at least they talk to their compatriots back home and encourage them to vote for Jen Whitaker. But she's going to need some help in there, so we need to put Naomi Williams Jackson with her, Tony Carrington, Molyneux, and the rest of the Ndungu group. And if you feel like it, pitch in Cantan, write in Cantan.
They here getting ready to tell you don't call my name.
No, but she gonna need help. She's doing good, but she need help.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the support. And I'm number 5 on the ballot, and that is correct. You need supporting individuals, and so I want to thank. I also want to thank everyone for even deciding to run for office. I think it's a really, as you know, Doug, as a former senator, and just the efforts. It's all encompassing, and certainly be able to balance now. Working and campaigning. So that is a definite balancing act, because I take my work very seriously, my constituent work, my legislation, and all the other works. So I want to thank you, Doug. Please, always, my phone number is 712-2379. I bumped into another constituent last evening, and I'm just telling them we can solve this. We're not, I appreciate, let's speak, we can't converse, but we're going to, in order to solve it, we got to move to the next step, beyond us talking.
Say the number again a little bit slower.
712-2379.
Right.
712-2379. You can get it pretty much all the time on my website, GenevieveWhitaker.com. It's definitely there. It's on Facebook, everywhere. and my email address is Senator Whitaker, legbi.org. Doug, I want to continue to thank you. Thank this also the station, and just thank all of the listeners and the members of the community. Again, I'm humbly asking for your support. Number 5 on the ballot, and just humbly asking for your support. And please reach out to me. I want to thank my staff team, my campaign team, and I want to again, with the case of the organizers and advocates of the rum repeal, tremendous kudos to you, solidarity and love. We're going to continue to move the needle. I am a fighter. I do not play when it comes to issues. That's who I am. I am at the core an activist, a human rights activist, a decolonization activist, so on and so forth. A person who believes in her community, a person who is driven, and I prepared myself intensely to serve you, my people. Thank you again, Doug. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Stay strong.
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule and campaigning to come in and talk with the people here who wanted to obviously to hear from you. And I want to wish you the best in your endeavors as a senator. And I just can only hope and pray that, you know, we're still in it, folks. Yes, election coming, but there's work to be done all now. So I really hope and pray that the colleagues are going to step up to the plate and leave the politics aside and put the people to the front. What do you say your number was?
Number 5.
Okay, all right.
Numero 5.
It's on my brain now. Okay, Cinco de Mayo. Okay, all right, good thing. I know somebody out birthday on that day. Number 5. I won't forget number 5. All right, but seriously speaking now, always seriously speaking, I wish you the best. And for the Virgin Islands, I wish that we will step forward and look at folks in terms of their track record, what they've accomplished, and their stick-to-itiveness to the things that have been harassing us all along. Okay? And that's, with that, I want to thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Take care, Doug.
Have a great, fantastic, outstanding day.
You too.
Okay,
Thank you.
good
Thank
thing.
You, Doug. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right,
Jen.
good thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, folks, we're back. We're back on the internet. We're back on the air. We're back with you. And that's all that counts. All right. So, yeah, we had Senator Whitaker in the house here earlier. And we appreciate those people who come in and take the opportunity to use WSTX as a platform to share with their constituents as to what they're doing in public office and all the other information that constituents would want to know. And I appreciate those who call and take the time out to make their concerns known, as well as anything else that's positively constructive or otherwise. Okay, and just want to take a quick minute here. We had our community calendar and we're talking about various things here, but I just want to repeat that there's been a change of venue for the Carlos Schuster Celebration of Life. Yes, Carlos Schuster Celebration of Life. It's going to be at Kramer's Park at the west end of the park on September 10th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. All right, want you to be in the right place. It's not going to be at the grounds of the fort. It's going to be at Kramer's Park at the west end of the park on September 10th from 9 to 11 a.m. All right? Yes. We're celebrating a life. It's always good to reflect because in that life there's all the good things and memories that we have. It's always good to reflect. Yes, we're going to miss. Yes, we're going to feel that tinge, that pain, that whatever that can sometimes try to take over and cloud all that we have to celebrate. But let's stay focused and celebrate the life. All right. Good thing. We got a caller here. Good morning, WSTX.
Yeah, Dougie, I need to ask you a question.
Your question and dangerous or no?
How many children and grandchildren do you have?
Oh, I tell you, your question am dangerous. Okay, cause now I gonna end up being divorced, disowned, and everything else. If I tell the truth, what do you think?
Well, Chinese children calling me daddy.
No, it ain't like that. But go ahead with what your point. Go ahead with your point. It's not like that.
I know. The reason I say that because I was just listening to, I think it's Pat, the mighty Pat, with his staff 4 more years or what? And I can't speak for anyone else, but I only have about, I think it's 14 grand now, 8 children, 14 grand and 8 great grand. And let me tell you something. I am looking at something here on the TV right now with some teacher involved with pornography with second grade students. Dougie, I don't know what I would do to him. You hear me?
Well, I gonna tell you, right? I know my natural disposition. Okay, my natural disposition is such that,
a natural one too.
okay, and I tell you, I have to hold myself back. I don't want to go to jail. I could do more beneficial things by being out of jail. But when you see them kind of thing, it just have this feeling that you almost want to take the law into your own hands.
Oh,
you know?
Jesus. Let me tell you, man. I don't know. It run your blood cold, you know? But you see, this is all the side thing them they're doing to inhibit the learning of the little ones. They don't want them to learn.
Well, don't say they like that because, we got some sick people in the world. We have some depraved people in the world, but we got a lot of good people in the world. And it's unfortunate that these few that fall into those negative categories can sometimes have such dramatic impact. Because once you ruin a child, that's the rest of their life.
Yes, and that is why, Dougie, I hate to hear the term used. Oh, lad, he was sick. He was trouble, but Dougie was a boy.
Oh.
Please, I would unsick you.
Yeah. Well.
I would make you well.
Yeah. There.
Anyway, let me leave that alone
Yeah.
because you wouldn't hear the rest of the story.
I
But
understand.
no, seriously, education, we have to, we have a new commissioner in the board. Now, a real commissioner, a nominee. A real. And if they put each one is stupid among the questions, when they let that Comohongo that they had there a while ago that had failed twice and the man that the governor sent back, they'll be out of place. But they know what they're doing. They know who they want for what. And this lady is a disciplinarian. I know her well. She don't take no nonsense. Some problems already pop up. They were brought to her attention, and she fixed them. She don't need to go ask the governor nothing. I'll fix these things. That's what I was put there for.
Well, you know, the governor has given his charge in this nominee, and
Okay.
and the charge is to do your job. If something that you need me to get involved with, call me. You know,
That's how it's supposed
and that's
to
how
be.
it's supposed to be. All right.
But not the way the other one spoon feeding this lady, chuan, you know, she can't do the corporate job. Stop it.
Well, I ain't looking back. I looking forward. If you understand
Okay,
where I'm coming from.
I'll look forward to it. I'll
You
tell
know.
you what, I'll look. Anyway, I mean, if we're not talking about fixing education, then we're encouraging more ignorance. With that, I go on, Dougie.
All right. You have a great
And if
day.
you think education is expensive, try ignorance. You
Oh,
know?
wait. Before you run, okay, you know, and then talking on a national level, right? Okay, because I am one of those people who can say I remember when tuition was this. Okay,
You? Okay.
okay, and I'm saying when you had to pay $600 for tuition or $1,200 for tuition, it ain't even 12,000 now. You know what I'm saying? This thing has gone totally out of control, and what's happened is that they're trying to figure out a way to monetize everything. Okay,
Yeah.
from healthcare to education, and the challenge is that as a country, the more we make it difficult, foreboding, or dissuasive to people
Yeah.
to seek higher education, the more the country is weakened. Because if they look around, if they just look around at all these places that they still do in some cases call third world countries, and you see the way that they're building their brain trust and the degree to which their people are willing to come back home to share what they've learned, whether in America, UK, or abroad,
Exactly.
it's
You're right.
just a matter of time that the country is going to be weakened. Okay,
Of course.
let me just touch on another thing that goes on. Okay, because I like an open world where you get to meet people from all over the world and so forth and so on. But some of
Yes.
our companies have gone to the point of abusing the visa system. What they actually do is they bring in an engineer for $50,000 and get an engineer who's making $80,000 to $100,000 to teach them the job, and then they get rid of the American engineer.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
Okay, and then this one will come in on this visa, trains the next one will come in on the visa or whatever. So when they rotate out, the company is the one supposedly winning by way of cutting their costs and having more money to give to their shareholders.
Of course.
Okay, so the corporate culture is the thing that we have to deal with. What the problems they having on the border down there by Texas and all those places, you know, to me that's like you know, putting heroin in the hound dog nose. That's all you gonna smell, right? Okay. While this type of behavior is going on, so in essence, we outsourcing and we insourcing. We you know, in that context.
You're so right because it's so sickening. It's fast sickening. You know, You invite and open your borders and bring so many people in, and I can walk down the streets of anywhere and see homeless and hungry veterans lying on the street, and the authorities pass them as if they don't know who they are.
Well,
it is ludicrous.
I'm going to tell you, right, from my perspective, if we had a special commission task force to do an analysis of our economy and those jobs that are specifically sought out or otherwise prime for immigrant labor and channel immigrant labor into, well, if you come in here, this is what you're going to do. You fill out your work application and everything else and before. So you got talented people that are capable of taking these jobs and doing them, and they're not taking them from anyone. Okay, all that's happening is that now it is documented labor that the employers now have to pay taxes, social security, or whatever other things apply. They now have to pay. So they were getting it both ways. They were getting undocumented labor and giving them undocumented low wages to do the jobs and not paying taxes. Okay?
I mean, you know the whole thing, you know.
All right. Well, I'm just saying this in the context that this whole blamey they have with this border thing, you realize that in Texas they spend $12 million of the people and money to bus people to New York and D.C. and thing.
Why not? Why not?
And the joke of it is that's out of their coffers. The federal government ain't reimbursing them for that. So they slapping up their own people and at the same time getting them all emotional so they don't even realize that they broke her because of the stupidity that's going on. Okay?
This thing called the love of money, man. It's in the good book.
No, not money. Power in this case.
Oh,
Now,
you're right too. And money brings power, man.
well, I want to make note of one exception with this busing thing. In one case, we have a city that bussed people separate and apart from what the state was doing, because those people, you know, once you're here and you have people that you can be released to in that context, their people were where the buses were going. Okay? So that meant that you don't have somebody on the street that's homeless, nowhere to turn, nobody to take care of them, falling back and becoming a ward of the state. They're going to people who are going to take care of them in their home, in a home and family type of environment. All right? Now, that is where the focus needs to be, to the extent that the immigration will always happen. And it's so ironic. A country built on immigration, and we still playing these games. It's like the last one that gets in the door wants to close the door on everybody afterward and get special status.
But, you know, likewise, I mean, we are supposed to be a country based on democracy. We want to go all over the world telling people how to run the election. But our elections back home are more rigged and crooked than anything else.
No, I ain't going there with you.
I like to go there.
No. I ain't going there with you. I'm going to tell you from my perspective. You don't get involved, then take what you get. That's it.
Then you're right.
If you don't get involved, then take what you get. Okay?
And Dougie, let me say this. I got to get you your part because I know you're an IT man. But you ain't got to say yes or no. Don't tell me there ain't no way to rig an election.
Well, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Okay? All right. Okay, good thing. Have a great day. All right. Yes, folks. Okay, so here we are at 14 minutes before the hour, and I have something I'm going to be talking about in the upcoming future, because I've been working on a project. That we're getting ready to put onto YouTube and bring to the community. It's a documentary, a multi-episode documentary, and in the process, we are interviewing people in Virgin Islands, okay, Yes, you're welcome. We're interviewing people in the Virgin Islands who are knowledgeable, involved, or have stories to tell about their experiences with bush. Yeah, bush. I don't mean stinging nettle. I got that experience myself. But one of the things that I've been working with is cactus. You know, cactus, when most people think about cactus, they think about something that's going to choke you. They don't think about something that you're going to eat, something that you're going to use in medicinal ways, something that you're going to use in certain professions in certain ways. They don't think of something that you're going to use in terms of hair care and skin care and so forth and so on. So, if, however, you are knowledgeable in those areas, then I want to hear from you. Okay, and we got an email address, usvibush at gmail.com, usvibush at gmail.com. And no, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We're trying to get all the wheels to make a bigger wagon, a tractor trailer, a train, whatever. The bottom line is that bringing people together is what makes things happen. But this is all tied into culture. One of the things that I have observed is that there are a lot of things that we love, we enjoy, and we don't have no idea how it came about. When you hear kalaloo, everybody there to eat. Make sure they got a fungi, or they don't want no fungi, or they want it without pork, or they want it with, or whatever the case is. But they know they love kalaloo. Mm-hmm. You ever had to sit around at the table and help pick them kalaloo bush? Then I want to hear from you. usvibush at gmail.com. If you ever had to sit around that table and pick that kalaloo bush, yes. It was usually a family thing or a community thing. What about pigeon peas? You ever had to sit around the table and pick pigeon peas? When last you had pigeon peas soup? Well, people will say soup. When last? Okay? You have your peas and rice and it's pigeon peas. When last? I can't tell you when last, but if you used to sit around the table and help pick the pigeon peas, that was an important part of it also. So I want to talk to you. Anyhow, the email address, usvibush at gmail.com. And we're going to be talking more about that. But in particular, you know, there are things with cactus, different types of cactus that we have here on this island all over the place, man. Every place I drive in now, oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. Talking about cactus. Because once you start looking at something, you start seeing it in places that you just drive by before and you never really paid attention. Okay, so I'm just throwing that out to you. We're going to be talking about that more and more. And when we do our airing of the first episode, you'll see where we're going with it, because you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Now, there are lots of different aspects of bush, and I know some people might think, well, what? How that going to be interesting? And I'm going to tell you what, it is. It is. But I can't let the cat out of the bag. The stories that have come with it, okay? Yes. In my day. Yeah, that's what the song say, in my day. Okay, what bush they used to use in their day. Okay. All right. Folks, WSTX AM 970, your community minded station. All right. And we're here to do the things that you need done in terms of transforming information to something useful to your quality of life, folks. WSTX, yes, they do all of that. Don't ask me if they have a license. Yes, they have a license to do all of that. All right. You know, some of the funny things that I get, people text me from time to time, yes. But I enjoy it. And now that the pandemic is easing up so I could do a little walkabout in this more often, hey, maybe we could even talk about it in person from place to place. Who knows, right? Who knows? All right. Well, you know, St. Croix is a wonderful place. St. Thomas is a wonderful place. St. John is a wonderful place. So much to see, so much to do, so much to discover. All right. Yes. Together, all of these islands compose a place called the Virgin Islands of the United States. Yes, all right. And there's so much good en la VI.
Yo quiero invitarte, ven conmigo a celebrar la belleza de este paraíso. Y si yo pudiera ganar tu corazón, yo lo ganaría con una sonrisa. Y es que lo que quiero, que uses la ocasión, ven a disfrutar en la vía. Vamos a reír, vamos a bailar. Ven conmigo a la vía, en la vía, en la vía, en la vía, en la vía. Tú la pasas bonito en la vía, en la vía, en la vía, en la vía, en la vía. El cuerpo se da rico en la vía. Con sus verdes valles y su lindo mar, belleza que no se puede de igualar. Y no te sorprendas si tú al pasar, gente te salude bien cordial. Y es que lo que quiero, que uses la ocasión, ven a disfrutar en la vía. Vamos a reír, vamos a cantar. Ven conmigo a la vía, en la vía, en la vía, en la vía, en la vía. Tú la pasas bonito en la vía, en la vía, en la vía, en la vía, en la vía. El cuerpo se da rico en la vía, en la vía, en la vía, en la vía, en la vía. Tú la pasas bonito en la vía. En la vía, en la vía, en la vía, en la vía. El cuerpo se da rico en la vía. Vamos a reír, vamos a cantar, ven conmigo aquí a la villa y vuelve su música espectacular. Esa bella chica te viene a saludar, el calorú y el pungi tú tienes que probar. Es que así somos aquí en la villa. Keep left, to live right, keep left, to live right. Villa, en la villa, en la villa, en la villa. Tú la pasas bonito en la villa, en la villa, en la villa, en la villa, en la villa. Vuelves la música en la vía.
I'm always meeting people who wants me to recommend a holiday resort for them when they have vacation to spend. I always tell them truly, if you want to have fun and joy, visit the Virgin Islands, the queen of them all, St. Croix. Hey, St. Croix is a lovely island, yes. St. Croix, ideal for vacation. How can you miss an opportunity like this, Mr. Tourist? I'm going to insist, boy. Come to St. Croix, oh Lordy. Come to St. Croix, oh boy. Come to St. Croix, why you talking? For snorkeling and sailing, it is my belief you will be enchanted by the lovely Buck Island Reef. Then back to your hotel, so comfortable and clean. You never want to go back home, you want to stay here in the Caribbean. St. Croix, for duty-free liquor. Yes, St. Croix, perfume and jewelry is cheaper. How can you miss an opportunity like this, Mr. Tourist? I'm going to insist. What you say? Come to St. Croix, oh Lord. Come to St. Croix, aha. Come to St. Croix, why you talking? Mikey. Dimitri Coleman, yeah.